Welcome back, Heartland family. Today's video is one you won't want to miss on the channel you're watching, where we live and breathe the stories, emotions, and unforgettable characters that make Heartland so special. The grand return of Ty Borden in Heartland. Season 19, Episode 1 is one of the most moving and eagerly anticipated events in the show's history. After seasons of heartache, unanswered questions, and a void that seemed impossible to fill, Ty is finally back. But what does that mean for Amy, Lindy, Jack, Lou, Georgie, and Tim? And how does this return reshape everything we thought we knew? We're about to break it all down, so before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of Heartland. As we go, please share your thoughts in a comment. This community is stronger when we share our thoughts together. Before we talk about his return, let's go back, because Ty Borden's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. When he first rode into our lives as a troubled teen sent to Heartland on probation, no one could have imagined the transformation he would undergo. Through patience, love, and a lot of hard lessons, Ty grew into one of the most beloved characters on the show. His love for Amy was more than just a romantic story. It was a journey of healing, trust, and growth. Together, they built a life, they built a home, and most importantly, they had a daughter, Lindy, who became the light of their lives. But then, in season 14, tragedy struck. Ty was shot while trying to protect Amy, and although he initially survived the injury, complications took his life. It was a moment that broke fans around the world. We watched Amy grieve, we saw Lindy grow up without her father, and we felt the emptiness that his absence left behind. For many fans, Ty's death marked a turning point. Some couldn't even continue watching, that's how deep his presence ran. And now, in a moment that feels like both a dream and a miracle, Ty returns, setting the stage for a new chapter. Heartland has always been subtle in its storytelling, letting the landscape, the silence, and the unspoken emotions tell the story. Season 19 opens with a familiar scene, Amy riding alone at dawn, her silhouette cast against the rising sun. It's the same trail where she and Ty once rode together. Everything feels normal until she hears a sound behind her. A rustle, a hoofbeat, something just out of place. She turns, and in the distance, through the soft morning mist, a figure emerges. For a moment, the audience might think it's a memory, or perhaps a dream sequence, something Heartland has done before. But this time, it's different. Ty Borden rides toward her, alive, real, present. Amy's expression shifts from curiosity to disbelief. Her breath catches. The world stops. This is no vision. This is the man she buried, the man she mourned, standing before her. As the episode unfolds, we learn the shocking truth. Ty never died. Instead, after collapsing, he was taken to a secret treatment facility by authorities who feared another attack. His survival was kept secret, known only by a select few, including Jack and Tim, who were sworn to silence to protect Amy and Lindy. The reveal is stunning. Even though it pushes the boundaries of realism, the story is deeply rooted in the values of Heartland, family, loyalty, and unending love. One of the series' most powerful moments is Amy's reaction to Ty's return. She doesn't run into his arms or collapse in joy. Instead, she is paralyzed with shock. Her eyes brim with tears, but they're not just tears of happiness. They're tears of confusion, of pain, of betrayal. She had spent years grieving, building herself back up from nothing. Seeing Ty alive is like having her soul ripped open all over again. She asks him if he's real. He says her name with that same soft tenderness that once made her heart flutter. But now, that name carries a storm of emotions. She lashes out, asking why, how, and for how long he's been alive. She rides away before he can explain. Throughout the episode, Amy is haunted by the weight of this return. She's torn between the man she loved and lost and the pain of being lied to, even if it was to protect her. We see her alone, crying in the loft, clutching a photo of their family. And slowly, we begin to realize that this isn't a simple reunion. This is a journey of rebuilding trust, of confronting the trauma she spent years burying. And it's beautifully, heartbreakingly real. Lindy's reaction to seeing her father, Ty Borden, for the first time since she was just a baby, is perhaps the most heart-touching moment in the episode. At first, there's confusion in her eyes, a child trying to place the face of a man she's only seen in photos and heard about through bedtime stories. Her tiny voice trembles as she asks, "Mommy, is that Daddy?" That simple, innocent question cuts through everyone's hearts like a blade, wrapped in warmth and longing. Lindy does not hesitate as Ty kneels, tears welling up in his eyes. She launches herself into his arms with her tiny feet, moving slowly, cautiously at first, and then with increasing confidence. The embrace isn't dramatic or staged, it's pure childlike trust and love. A reunion she didn't know she needed, but somehow always hoped for deep in her soul. The room goes quiet as Ty cradles her gently, his hand caressing her hair, whispering, "Hi, sweetheart, I've missed so much." Lindy looks up at him, wide-eyed, and simply says, "You came back," with a smile that radiates healing. That moment isn't just emotional, it's a powerful reminder of the bond between a father and daughter, unbroken by time or even tragedy. It's the kind of innocent love that mends broken hearts. Jack Bartlett stands quietly at the edge of the barn, his old hat held tightly in his hands as he watches Ty return home. He doesn't rush forward or break down, he just watches, 1,000 thoughts playing behind his weathered eyes. Jack has always been the rock of Heartland, the one everyone leans on. But in this moment, the weight he carries becomes visible. His voice cracks ever so slightly when he finally walks over to Ty and says, "Didn't think I'd ever see the day, son." Those few words say everything. His heartbreak over losing Ty, his gratitude for the second chance, and the deep well of emotions he has spent years bottling up. He puts a hand on Ty's shoulder, firm but gentle, and they share a long, wordless gaze. Jack doesn't need to say much, his presence speaks volumes. Later, in a quiet moment alone with Amy, Jack confesses that he always felt Ty's spirit was still with them, guiding them. However, he says softly, "It's like watching a miracle walk through that door when he sees him standing here in flesh and blood. His wisdom, his restraint, and his deep capacity for love and forgiveness shine in every line on his face." Jack doesn't just welcome Ty back, he anchors him, reminds him that family is eternal, and that no matter the time or distance, Heartland will always be home. Lou's reaction is more complex, layered with shock, confusion, anger, and ultimately, hope. She freezes when she sees Ty walk through the door. Her instincts as a sister battle with the harsh logic of someone who had to help her family move on after his presumed death. "How is this even possible?" she demands, her voice trembling between disbelief and fear. For Lou, Ty's return means reopening wounds that took years to scar over. She's torn between the joy of seeing her sister's happiness and the resentment of the pain they were forced to endure. However, Lou begins to soften as Ty speaks, his voice raw with regret and love. She watches Lindy nestle into her father's arms, and something inside her shifts. Lou later reveals her mixed feelings to Ty during a private conversation. "You were gone, Ty. We dug you up. We had to rebuild everything without you. But if you're really here, if this is real, then I want to believe in the miracle." It's a difficult path for Lou, but she begins to embrace the hope that maybe, just maybe, their family can be whole again. Her journey reflects the struggle to trust again, but also the strength to forgive and let love win. Georgie, once the fiery, troubled teen that Ty helped guide, has grown into a mature young woman, resilient and wise beyond her years. When she sees Ty, the man who once saved her from herself, standing there alive, she doesn't rush to embrace him. Instead, she stands still, her eyes filling with tears as memories flood back. Long trail rides, quiet talks, and life lessons that shaped who she is today. "You were the first person who ever believed in me," she says quietly, "and then you were gone." Her voice trembles with emotion, but there's no bitterness, only the pain of losing a mentor and the joy of having him back. Ty nods solemnly, acknowledging the depth of what he meant to her. They embrace, and Georgie whispers, "Thank you for helping me become who I am. I just wish you had been there to see it." That moment encapsulates her growth, not just as a writer or athlete, but as a woman who has learned to stand tall in the face of grief. Georgie has a chance to come full circle with Ty's return, honouring the past and welcoming a future where her mentor is once more present. Tim Fleming's response is perhaps the most guarded. With his arms folded tightly and his jaw clenched, he watches from a distance. Years of hard living and unresolved guilt over past failures make it hard for him to express emotion. When Ty approaches, Tim doesn't smile or cry, he just stares. "You've got a lot of explaining to do," he mutters. But beneath that gruff exterior is a heart that's breaking open. The two men share a complicated bond, sometimes adversarial, always layered with respect. Tim finally admits, "I blamed myself when you died, in a nervous moment. I thought I'd failed my daughter, failed you, and now you're back, and I don't even know what to do with that." Ty replies, "Then let's figure it out together." It's not a dramatic reconciliation, but it's real, and that's what matters. As the episode progresses, Tim's defenses slowly drop, especially when he sees Ty with Lindy. He watches silently as Ty lifts her into his arms, and for a moment, the tough cowboy wipes away a tear. Despite the fact that Tim is not the easiest person to read, he is deeply in love. And Ty's return has stirred emotions he thought he buried long ago. When the dust settles and the family finally gives them space, Ty and Amy find themselves alone in the barn, where so many of their memories live. The quiet is almost too much. Amy sits on a bale of hay, arms crossed, trying to hold herself together. Ty kneels before her, his voice trembling. "I never wanted to leave you, but I had no choice. I had to protect you, protect Lindy." Amy looks away, the tears already forming. "Ty, you were dead. For years I cried myself to sleep. I raised our daughter alone. I buried you. How do I come back from that?" Her voice cracks, the pain too fresh despite the time. Ty reaches for her hand. "You don't have to forgive me now. I just need you to know I never stopped loving you. Every second I was gone, it was for you, for her." Amy finally meets his eyes, and in that moment, the years of grief and longing come crashing down. They cry together, holding each other like lifelines. "I still love you," she whispers. "But I'm scared." Ty replies, "So am I, but love is still here, Amy. We're still here." Their kiss isn't fiery, it's gentle, a seal of healing and hope. As they embrace, there's no certainty, no promises, just a quiet understanding that maybe, just maybe, this is the beginning of something new. A second chance at the love they thought they lost. And that's it, Heartland family. Ty Borden is back, and the ripple effect of his return is going to change everything in season 19. We've waited so long for this moment, and now that it's here, it's more emotional, more heartfelt, and more beautifully complicated than we ever imagined. What did you think of the episode? Do you believe Amy and Ty can rebuild their relationship? What's next for Lindy, for Jack, for all of them? Let's talk about it in the comments. I want to hear everything you're feeling. If this video moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our growing family here at... We're just getting started with our season 19 coverage, so stick around. There's so much more to come. Until next time, ride free, love hard, and believe in second chances.